and I'll tell you all about the Denton County election results.
Broadcasting live from the University of North Texas, this is ntTV News at Noon.
Good afternoon. Thank you for joining ntTV News at Noon. I'm Samantha Rodriguez.
And I'm Drew Maurer. Body camera video was released after a police officer shot and killed a man in LaSalle, Colorado. The footage shows the moments leading up to the confrontation, which occurred outside a Dollar General yesterday. CNN's Cole Sullivan has more on the story.
The parking lot of LaSalle's Family Dollar stays busy.
Eric, turn on your camera.
But this May, one car caught the eye of two of the town's 7 police officers.
Where does it come back on? Nothing.
That's Officer Eric Hernandez. It's his 3rd day on patrol in LaSalle. It's also his last.
Double parked.
But neither he nor training officer Sam Johnson know that yet.
We got a complaint so we could tow it.
They're suspicious because the car is newly painted, the plate didn't ping in their system, and it's taking up 2 spots.
And a roller paint job on a car with that headlight, that's suspicious. You have every reason to start questioning somebody about that.
So, the officers, were exercising their discretion as to how far they wanted to look into this. But before anything could happen, the incident unraveled so quickly, there was no time to even address that issue.
As they walk the store, the driver, Justin Reffel, takes off.
There you go. There he goes.
The officers chase after him.
He's still in here.
In just seconds, they'll shoot and kill him. We'll stop the video before they do. Remember, these officers are investigating a suspicious car.
Going out! Shoot you!
Reffel ignores their commands. Hernandez later says Reffel tried to back over him. The video shows he's standing to the side when he shoots.
Get out of the car!
Police say Reffel died of a single gunshot.
The video depicts a use of force situation that is not justified based on the circumstances.
Get on the ground now! Get on the ground!
The 2 officers aren't done. They handcuff this woman in the store parking lot.
What was his name?
Why? You don't know his name, but you were going to shoot him.
Okay. You can suffer the same charges as he's got.
What is that? You don't even know his name,
Sit in the car.
After a 3rd special session yielded no headway on Governor Abbott's legislative priorities, Abbott's called for a 4th special session which began yesterday at 5 p.m. In the legislature's 176-year history, it's never met for more than 3 special sessions in a year with a regular session. A persistent point of contention for Abbott's legislative agenda continues to be school voucher legislation and border security. Infighting between both of the Republican-controlled chambers of the legislature also yielded no headway. Texas House Speaker Dade Phelan blaming it on Dan Patrick and Patrick blaming Phelan. The school voucher legislation faced opposition in the House from both Democrats and rural Republicans.
If you're leaving from Austin, Texas for Thanksgiving, you might have trouble finding a flight. American Airlines has made the decision to cut 21 routes in our state capital. Destinations such as Montego Bay, Jamaica, and Tulsa have already been canceled, but the remainder of these cities are set to be canceled as soon as February of 2024. American Airlines will drop from 40 destinations to 24 flying out of Austin, and American Airlines spokeswoman Gianna Ergo said that Austin remains an important market for American as we continuously evaluate our network. I don't know about you, Sam, but I love this weather, even in November.
Honestly, I prefer the cold. Hopefully our weather anchor Grace Grimes has good news for me. Grace?
Thanks, guys. For today's weather, we have a current temperature of 81 degrees. You might want to bring out your short sleeves once again. It will feel like 83, and we do have pretty high wind speeds of 14 miles per hour, but overall it's going to be a nice sunny day today. Tonight, we do have clear skies. The actual temperature will be 80 degrees, but it will feel like 82. The wind speeds will slow down with 9 mile per hour wind speeds. On to tomorrow's conditions. Tomorrow we will be having a rainy day. The actual temperature will be 59. The rain will kind of cool it down a little bit. It will feel like 58, and those wind speeds will be a little bit faster tomorrow with 14 mile per hour wind speeds. That's all I have for the first look weather. Back to you at the desk.
Muslim students at Stanford University have felt increasingly unsafe since the start of the Israel-Hamas conflict. CNN's Camila Bernal has more.
I've been feeling sad. I've been feeling anxious. I've been feeling worried.
This is how Faris Badir says he and others are feeling as Palestinian Americans, as Muslims, and as students at Stanford University.
It's scary that this kind of hate can happen in a place where I'm supposed to feel at home.
Fear as a result of what he believes are hate crimes. The university's Department of Public Safety now investigating 5 incidents since the onset of the Israel-Hamas war. 4 appear to have targeted Arab students, while 1 was reported as anti-Semitic vandalism. The most recent potential hate crime incident happening Friday. The university says it was an apparent hit-and-run crash involving an Arab Muslim student on campus.
It's hard to fathom that that could even take place. And the problem is, not only could it take place, it's now a reality that we all have to live with.
In a statement, the university is saying that Stanford considers anti-Arab and Islamophobic acts to be abhorrent. The university also said the driver is reported to have made eye contact with the victim, accelerated and struck the victim, and then driven away while shouting "F you and your people" out the lowered window of the vehicle.
The fact that it so quickly already turned into something of this magnitude is again scary.
Other incidents included a group of students being shoved, a student being spat on, and someone running over a tote bag which contained a computer and other valuables.
What's going on abroad shouldn't have an impact on the health and the lives of students on a campus in a country thousands of miles away.
In the anti-Semitic incident reported, a mezuzah adorning the door of a Jewish student was removed from their residence. In a statement, the school said, "This removal of a sacred religious symbol is deemed a form of intimidation, targeting the Jewish community." Overall, groups representing students on both sides say they're concerned about these incidents, and students like Badir say they worry about the future.
We have to be constantly alert. We have to be constantly on edge. And it's exhausting having to watch over your shoulder 24/7.
And authorities are still searching for the suspect in the hit and run. He's believed to have been driving a Toyota 4Runner. Now, in terms of the victim, he is still at the hospital, told me he's not ready for an on-camera interview, but said he wants to advocate for love, for understanding, and inclusivity. The other students I talked to told me that they agree and support that message, but are also extremely concerned.
As the primary elections are set for early next year, Meta is cracking down on deepfakes used in political ads. Meta, the parent company of Facebook, will enforce political advertisers to disclose use of artificial intelligence starting in 2024. The hope is that it will limit the use of deceptive deepfakes and other digitally altered content through AI. The law covers any advertisement for a social or political issue on Instagram or Facebook. The policy reflects a wave of warnings from voter advocacy groups and lawmakers about the dangers of AI-generated content.
Find out some of the most common scams and how you can protect yourself.
And how to identify ADHD in adults and what that means.
The do's and don'ts of the Pole Rec Center. See that man over there? Please do not hog weights. Instead, do this. Another important part is having an attentive spotter. See, here is an example of a non-attentive spotter. Instead, do this. Now we head to the track, which should be pretty easy, just it's important to pay attention to the way the track goes. Remember to wipe down the equipment after you're done using it. The towels are provided by the gym, so it's pretty easy to wipe down the equipment when you are done.
House Republicans with a vote
for
Wednesday
using the
on their
Pole Recreation Center.
The votes are in and projections have been made. Last night's election in the state of Texas saw all but one of the proposed constitutional amendments passing. The only statewide proposition to not pass was the raising of the mandatory retirement age for state judges. The propositions, which saw overwhelming support, include Proposition 1, also known as the right to farm vote, passed with over 2 million votes. As did Proposition 4, which provided an $18 billion property tax cut, and Proposition 9, which gave retired teachers a raise in their pension checks. For more information on the results for Denton County elections, let's go over to our live reporter, Carla Castillo, who's live at City Hall West to give us an update. Carla?
Thanks, Drew. Last night was a very big night for Denton County voters as they passed the city's largest bond package. This bond package has $309.6 million for all of the propositions. All of the propositions passed except Proposition H, which brings funding to renovate City Hall West. This proposition did not pass as 7,600 voters voted against it. But here are some other results of the Denton County elections. We have Proposition A, which is for street improvements, specifically on Mingo Road. It passed with a 70% approval. We also have Proposition E, which is affordable housing for those who are looking to buy a current home. 59% approval. Proposition G, which is bringing a new South Branch library, passed as well with the 59%. And like I said earlier, Proposition H, which is City Hall West improvements, only was voted against with an overall of 52%. Now, this year's turnout was a lot different as we noticed that a lot of the Denton County voters came out and casted their ballot during the early election period with 8,000 voters. We had an overall 15,000 voters vote in here in Denton County. But this is all I have for you guys in the Denton County elections update. Let's go back to you at the studio.
Thanks, Carla. Well, recent studies have shown that working under the sun can be a major cause of skin cancer. A recent report from the World Health Organization and the International Labor Organization has linked the two. It states that nearly 1 in 3 deaths from a non-melanoma skin cancer are a result of ultraviolet radiation from outdoor work. The study's author says there are steps to be taken to avoid the extreme exposure, such as providing shade and shifting working hours away from the sunlight. Well, luckily for those outdoor workers, Sam, I've heard some rumors that it's going to cool down towards the end of the week.
I sure hope so. Let's toss it over to Grace Grimes to let us know if that's true. Grace?
Thanks, guys. So sadly in North Texas, it's not sweater weather quite yet. All across North Texas, we have temperatures in the 80s, Denton 81, Gainesville 81. Up in Sherman, we have a temperature of 80. So bring out those short sleeves again onto the regional map. So across the state of Texas, temperatures in the 80s. Down in Houston, we have temperatures of 84. Up north in Amarillo and Oklahoma City, it's 78. So it's a little bit cooler, but overall it's still pretty warm outside. Onto the weekly forecast. So for this week, it will cool down a little bit, but not too much. We have highs in the 70s and 60s. On Saturday, we have a high of 59. That's the coolest this week. Our lows are in the 40s and low 50s. On Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, we do have rain in the forecast, but later on in the week, it should clear up. That's all I have for today's weather. Back to you at the desk.
Thank you, Grace. Every fall semester, there is a rise of attempted scams at UNT. It is important to be educated on how you can protect yourself from popular scams.
Are a common threat to the students of UNT, whether it be fake job offers or false promises of financial aid. Every student has encountered a deal that seems too good to be true. UNT Police Corporal David Cossey shares some red flags students can look out for.
Anytime that somebody's asking you for payment in any form of gift card is always a huge red flag. Anytime that it's something that like time is of the essence, it's like an immediacy type of thing. So if they're saying, hey, you've got to do this right now, like if you don't do it now, you're going to lose out. Anytime that you're seeing something for just a really good deal.
Many scams have backstories that make them seem real. Not only should students be wary of academic-related scams, but also take caution on social media.
One is through like dating type apps. They usually call it sextortion, but so that you'll meet somebody on like Tinder or whatever the dating app may be, right? You'll hit it off with them. They'll talk you into moving it to like maybe your cell phone so y'all can text each other. then they'll ask you to provide explicit photos. You'll send them those photos, and then they'll use those photos to say, hey, if you don't pay me $1,500, $500, whatever the amount is, then I'll post it on your Facebook or whatever. What would your mom think about you seeing this?
To report scams, either forward fraudulent emails to security@untsystem.edu or call the UNT Police Department at 940-565-3000. Reporting for ntTV News, I'm Samantha Rodriguez.
You may have trouble getting the medicine you need. We'll have the update on Health Minute.
And see how fans got together to celebrate the recent Rangers championship.
Hey Alex, this guy on the internet says he wants to give me money.
That sounds suspicious.
What do you mean?
Typically, strangers who promise you money on the internet have their own best interest in mind. They often use bounce checks, which will disappear shortly after depositing, but not before they've asked for some money in return.
So he doesn't really want to spoil me?
No.
Well, then what should I do?
The best way to handle it is to block and report the suspicious message, or even consult local law enforcement if you've already fallen victim.
So I guess we aren't going to Key West for spring break?
No.
Are you behind on your credit hours? Got more time on your hands this winter? Then you can sign up for winter sessions. Do not delay, sign up today. Visit registration.unt.edu/winter session for more information or see your advisor.
Your child's sleep habits may be genetic. New research published in the Journal of Child Psychology and Psychiatry shows evidence that genetics play a part in sleep habits. Children genetically predisposed to insomnia have more sleep issues, such as falling asleep frequently and waking up during the night. Experts say it's important to establish healthy sleeping habits at an early age. In the upcoming winter months, it's important to stay healthy and educate yourself on spreading diseases and your symptoms.
At the same time, it's imperative to know about antibiotic shortage. Oh, I'm so sorry. I just read what was on there.
Disorders in childhood and often continues through adulthood. Adults who weren't diagnosed as children may not even be aware they have it. CNN's Mandy Gaither has some of the potential signs of ADHD in adults and ways to lessen its impact at home and at work.
Millions of U.S. adults have ADHD. It can cause problems at home, in relationships, and impact careers.
So people will get in trouble at work. They may get reprimanded for not completing assignments. They may have trouble in their social life.
Adults with ADHD may be tempted to take unnecessary risks. They may have difficulty waiting in line or driving in heavy traffic, feel restless and unable to sit through certain activities. They may frequently shift their bodies or tap fingers or feet, or have mood swings like a quick temper or low stress tolerance.
Symptoms of inattention and poor concentration can be due to a whole host of other disorders.
That's why psychiatrist Claudine Eagle with Mayo Clinic says to see a primary care doctor or mental health professional if you suspect ADHD symptoms. While there's no definitive test to diagnose it in adults, she says there are ways to lessen its impact.
Routine is everything for somebody with ADHD.
Manage your time. Use a planner, calendar, or app to help create reminders. Organize your tasks. Divide big jobs into smaller steps you can check off. And ask for help from family members and friends when you feel less motivated or overwhelmed. In the office, use storage systems to keep your desk organized and clear. You may also try using headphones or earplugs to block out distracting noises. For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
The Mayo Clinic says adults with ADHD also have an elevated risk of substance use, increased risk of stress in marriage and divorce, and are more likely to get into motor vehicle accidents. All of this is more reason to be aware of the symptoms. That's all I have here. Back to you guys.
The first pill cleared to treat postpartum depression may be too expensive for thousands of women who need it. Zurzuvae was approved by the FDA in August to help the 1 in 8 women who suffer from severe depression after giving birth. However, it comes with a price tag of nearly $16,000 for a 14-day dose. It is not clear yet if insurance will cover the cost, but the drug is fast-acting, taking as little as 3 days to take effect. While the high cost is a concern, this pill could be life-saving for many.
After 62 long-fought seasons, the Texas Rangers can finally call themselves World Series champions. This past Friday, over 500,000 dedicated fans gathered in Arlington, Texas to celebrate the massive achievement. ntTV's Brooke Deering had the unique opportunity to experience the celebration alongside countless supporters. Take a look. Well, apologies about the technical difficulties, but it's so cool to see the Rangers just again winning that big Game 5. And enough about the Rangers. There's several other teams in Dallas that are trying their hand at a championship, and let's go ahead and hear about it from our sports anchor, Gabby Pippins.
Yeah, guys, that's right. I mean, a lot of our teams are still on a roll, and we're going to discuss them right here. The Cowboys NFC East showdown, how the Mavs season is going, and how our Mean Green opened up their first basketball game right here.
What's wrong? Are you stuck in your paper?
Pretty much. I haven't written anything in like an hour.
Why don't you check out the Writing Center at UNT?
Well, how do I meet up with them?
All you have to do to make an appointment is visit the Writing Center's website and either call the number or email writingcenter@unt.edu. The appointment is 30 minutes long, and the trained tutors will be able to help with brainstorming, correcting grammar, ensuring clarity, and a wide range of services. They also do walk-in appointments.
That sounds awesome. I'm gonna check them out.
So, when's this paper due?
30 minutes.
For more information, visit the UNT Writing Center's website.
Yeah, it's 6 pages.
There's no harm in wanting to have fun while in college, but it's easy to lose track of how much you've had. Apps like Drink Control and Alkadroid can help keep track of your consumption and blood alcohol levels. If you or someone else does drink too much, the signs of alcohol poisoning are as follows: pale skin, vomiting, confusion, low body temperatures, irregular breathing, blacking out, and is hard to wake up or cannot be woken up.
Dude, are you okay? Hey, what's wrong? Wake up.
It's an exciting time of year, but it's important to be responsible. If you suspect someone is suffering from alcohol poisoning, get help immediately. You will not get in trouble for seeking help if you are underage. For more info and resources, go to UNT's Division of Student Affairs.
Oh, hey, didn't see you there. Let's get started. This is a motor vehicle. This is the blinker mechanism. To use it, push it up for the right blinker and down to go left. You're welcome. It was easy.
The Dallas Cowboys faced the Philadelphia Eagles in an NFC East division showdown, and it truly came down to the wire. Both teams battled it out with a series of back-to-back touchdowns, and Dallas was able to take the lead at the end of the first half with a 51-yard kick from Brandon Aubrey. From there, the Eagles answered with 2 touchdowns, and the Cowboys were left to play catch-up. Dak connected with Jalen Tolbert for a touchdown and attempted to run for his own to take the lead, but he stepped out of bounds just short of the end zone, leading to an unfortunate loss, 28-23. Despite the loss, Dak still threw for 374 yards and had 3 completed touchdowns. And the Dallas Mavericks are currently second in the Western Conference with a 6-1 record, and they faced the Orlando Magic Monday night in Florida for a game to remember. The Magic were the predicted winners of this matchup, but Luka and Kyrie presented a tough challenge. Orlando took the lead early and kept it throughout the first half, but a crucial layup by Josh Green got Dallas ahead, and they never looked back. Kyrie Irving and Tim Hardaway Jr. kept the fire going, and Luka Doncic scored 13 of his 29 points in the fourth to solidify the Mavs win, 117-102. This win was truly a team effort, with Kyrie and Hardaway Jr. combining for 42 points, 12 rebounds, and 10 assists. And fans hope they can repeat this performance tonight against the Toronto Raptors. And finally, college basketball is back, and our very own Mean Green kicked off the season against Northern Iowa Panthers at the Super Pit last night. This game gave fans a look at UNT's team post Tyler Perry and Mark McCaslin, and it was a real nail-biter. Both teams exchanged the lead, and UNT ended the first half just ahead 38-36, but Northern Iowa did not give up. The Panthers' Nate Hayes made a crucial three to take the lead 68-66 with just 53 seconds left in the game. But luckily, Aaron Scott was fouled and made both shots to take things into overtime. From there, a combination of more Panthers fouls and more scoring from the Mean Green led to an 83-77 win. Aaron Scott was the star for UNT with 29 points, 7 rebounds, 1 assist, and 3 blocks. Jason Edwards also had a great game, coming off the bench for 19 points, 2 rebounds, and 1 assist. That's all I've got for sports. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Gabby. Well, speaking of the Mean Green, I love how much energy our team had last night in the win. And even on Halloween, team spirit is still alive and well, especially if you play varsity baseball for Rock Hill High School in Prosper. Every year, the Blue Hawks have a Halloween game. And I gotta say, it's quite a hit with the squad. Check it out.
At Rock Hill High, spooky batting practice is a yearly tradition. The brains behind the operation, Coach Sean Stanton.
So I noticed something online probably 6-7 years ago when I was a coach at Prosper, and saw some college team do it. We decided to adopt it, and then we brought it over here to Rock Hill.
Safe. I'm just out here enjoying myself in a costume, but for these students, it's more than just a costume party.
I mean, it's awesome. Baseball's not really a sport. They usually find that. It's kind of grow school spirit and also team spirit.
This year, for the first time ever, the softball team is joining in on the festivities.
It's really fun to be able to combine with baseball and have some fun and do games and other things with them, and not always just playing softball and doing drills.
I think this is really important because it gets them out of their shell, gets them out of softball, how they are out on the field. It's a chance for them to show their personality through costumes and just how they are with different people and how they interact in different ways.
For the kids, their favorite part? Showing off their ridiculous costumes.
Well, I mean, it's a duck, and then I found a duck shirt, but I don't know, it's just a duck with headphones.
For ntTV News, I'm Drew Maurer.
My favorite pizza topping is pineapple, and people look at me funny. But what if I told you some people like snake on their pizza? Pizza Hut has teamed up with a Hong Kong restaurant for its latest pizza. It comes with shredded snake meat, black mushrooms, and Chinese dried ham, all on top of abalone sauce. These are ingredients from an authentic snake stew that is popular in Hong Kong. Many people believe snake meat can improve skin conditions and boost blood circulation. And if you're wondering, snake texture is similar to dry chicken.
Well, Sam, I gotta be honest with you. I don't think I'm gonna be trying the snake chicken anytime soon.
You know, I have a pet snake, so I don't know how I feel about that. I don't want to see him on a pizza anytime soon.
I don't think I blame you for that one. I don't know that I'll be traveling to Hong Kong to try the Pizza Hut snake pizza.
I'm fine here. I'm fine with my little CC's Pizza, Papa John's.
I'll be fine with pepperoni here at ntTV. Thanks for watching ntTV News at noon.
Join us again tonight at 6 and tomorrow at noon here on North Texas Television.